Hey guys, Farron here, Crisis Response International. I just went to church this morning and got to hear this firefighter share his experience of what it was like that day, and I wanted you guys to hear it, so I grabbed a portion of it for you. But I also want you to hear what he says at the end.
Ended up causing. I do remember also hearing that shift in radio traffic from just the brush fires to now we have fire pushing up against homes, and that we got over there as quick as we could. We got to work, started working on evacuations, doing searches for victims, and then of course firefighting. It was a pretty crazy night, Robert. I do remember just the golf ball sized embers flying at us with the winds and just the thick smoke that was, almost enough to choke you, the poor visibility, but more than the fires, more than the city blocks that were burning, I remember that night was just the courage and just the incredible response of healthcare workers, law enforcement, neighboring agencies, ambulance workers, and even neighbors who really banded together to get people to safety, just to get everyone out to a better area. And that's what's going to stick with me more than the destruction. I really try and first and foremost bring my faith into work by just my human kindness and compassion, my interactions with my coworkers, with patients, and just with other members of the community. Sometimes you get that medical call at 3 a.m. for something that seems like it's absolutely ridiculous, and you're tired and grumpy and sleepy, but I really just try and have, almost, a patience that only Christians can have, right? And just try to think, if this was my family member, this is an image bearer, how would God want me to interact with this person? Trying to really just have that extra bit of patience. Also, I'm working on just building relationships with my coworkers so we can have those conversations, those deep faith-based personal interactions, and really continue to build on that.
Notice what he said about relationship and sharing the truth and being a Christian and a person of faith, and how you live in interaction with each other, right? And so we're always, remember Ecclesiastes 4 where it says, if one of you falls down, then the other can help you up, and it's not good to be alone. And it's talking about this unity and connecting and helping and loving together. And I just think like that's a reminder, right? So here's a first responder basically saying that he's here for other people, and that our goal is to be outward focused. And he's even taking his faith into the workplace and figuring out a way to do that tactfully, right? By loving others. And what it looks like, as he says, is having more patience, having more presence and patience with people. And so I just want to encourage you today, if there's a takeaway from this, that in any crisis situation, in any moment where you're kind of going, well, what do I do? Well, who's in front of you? That's the first question to ask. Who can you love in front of you? You don't have to look for a crowd of people to love. You can look for that one person to love. And then what does love look like? It might be just listening to somebody who's going through something. It might be just telling them, I'm so sorry for your loss. And so I just wanted to remind you that what faith looks like and what actions look like as you love people, they take the shape of the area you're in and the person you're in front of. And so be encouraged today. I hope that this guy's testimony just blessed you about how I know he went through it with this fire here in Altadena, and his family lost everything. So be praying for the Rivera family. But I also wanted you to see the hope and what he's talking about, because his hope is not in the stuff of this world, but he has meaningful relationships and purpose that exists far beyond the things in his house that are now gone. Thanks, guys, for all of your support. Thanks for loving your local responders. Thanks for caring about your communities.